In the words of Salty, the singing songbook, heaven is a wonderful place filled with glory and grace. I want to see my Savior's face, 'cause heaven is a wonderful place. So follow along with me as we talk about heaven and Epcot in Disney and Bible with Bob. Heaven does sound like a wonderful place. In Revelation chapter 21, John is describing a vision that he saw, a vision of a new heaven, a new earth, and a new Jerusalem. And he made special mention of the fact that the new Jerusalem would be coming down from God, from heaven, and that it would be beautifully adorned like a bride is for her husband. And so John goes on to describe this new Jerusalem, and it's a city that has foundations that's inlaid with precious stones, and it has 12 gates, and each gate is made from a single pearl. And he describes the city and the streets of the main street being of pure gold, and it was clear as glass. So there was just so much there to describe, so much there to see. And John just used the words that he best had to try to describe it, and what we would see someday. And that's the thing, it's someday. There's an awful lot of biblical prophecy and history that have to take place. Just the tribulation period and the millennium are over 1,000 years. So that's an awful lot of tomorrows. And when I think of tomorrows, that makes me think of Epcot. So you're probably thinking to yourself, how do you compare Epcot with heaven? I mean, sure, Epcot can be really beautiful at Christmas time or during the Flower and Garden Festival, but it's not heaven. And I agree with you. Just stick with me. So Epcot stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. That's what the letters stand for. And what it was originally envisioned to be by Walt Disney is a place called Progress City. In fact, you can see Walt's vision in the form of a model when you ride on the People Mover. When you go by the glass display, you can see a dome city. It's got monorails and a church and big buildings, and that was the model that Walt originally envisioned for that location. When Walt passed away, they didn't think anybody would have the vision and drive to continue that forward, and then years later, bits and pieces of it came to realization in Epcot. So what you were seeing is, here was Walt's vision of a great big beautiful tomorrow, like we hear on the Carousel of Progress, but his tomorrow never came to pass. He had a great vision, but there was nothing that came of it. Now, the Apostle John described for us heaven, and he only was able to describe a fraction of what he saw. And what we can know for sure is that when we reach that time, when those that are saved join God in heaven, and we see the new heaven, new earth, and new Jerusalem coming down from God, we're going to see more than we ever imagined. We won't have to settle for anything. It's going to be an amazing, wonderful place. This is the part in the video where I ask if you like this to click on the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. And if you click on the notification bell, you'll get notified when I release new videos. Have a blessed day.